Hello, everybody. It is me, Martinez-Bateman. I am the CEO of New Coyote Consulting. We are an equity and communications consulting firm here in the Pacific Northwest. I think my camera is at like a weird angle, and that's why it's like moving. Anyway, I'm coming to you again from my kitchen because I had another amazing session with my coach. I feel like last week and this week I've just been really like cracking shit open. As you know, we've been talking about growth here on the channel, about New Coyote's growth, about our future. Our stated goal as a company is to, I actually forgot it, brain fart, significantly impact the economic landscape of the Pacific Northwest. Duh. So easy. Rolls off the tongue. That is what we want to do. We are a communications firm. We are a consulting firm. And also the way we manage ourselves internally, we want to teach it to others. We want other people to be able to easily pay a living wage. We want other people to be able to easily center impact in their work. And we really believe that by doing that, by having these trainings, by going into organizations and helping them skill up, that we are going to change what it means to live here in Oregon and Washington, what kind of economic opportunities we can have for our area, and that will help us to maintain wealth and options and employment and, housing and food security when other parts of America or other parts of the world have economic issues or problems. That's our whole thing. And I know I can do it, and I'm dedicated to this. And also, one of the things I was talking about in conversation with my coach is like, for us, a dedication to equity for our clients and the people we work with and the partners that we work with, that's the bare minimum. And then I'm also starting to realize that I need a little bit more than that, actually. In addition to a commitment to equity, I need a commitment to impact. There are a lot of people in the world for whom, and I'm just going to say this, and if you're my friend and this thing that I'm about to say hurts your feelings, like, let me know, because that's not my intention. But there are a lot of people who never want the problems they're working on to be solved. There are a lot of people for whom the idea of all the homeless shelters closing and all the food banks closing because we have everyone housed and we have everyone fed, that is terrifying for them. They have to, for whatever reason, live in a world where there will always be a constant number of starving, houseless, underrepresented, harmed, imprisoned, enslaved people that they tend to, but never dismantle the thing that is creating that suffering. And I think for some of us who have been really harmed by this place, this planet that we're on, this lifetime that we're living, hope is a really painful emotion. The idea that it doesn't have to be this way is a really painful emotion, because then we also have to accept that it didn't have to be this way for us. I don't know what's going on. My phone is acting crazy because I'm getting all these text messages. Hopefully we're still recording. But long story short, I am now adding impact to the list of things that I consider when I'm taking on partners and I'm taking on clients. And I've decided to start an invite-only brain trust specifically for people who are really good at what they do, who have been pushed out of organizations that would rather continue to be moderately incompetent than change how they do things in order to create a higher impact, and who are now looking for new opportunities. In order to get into this invite-only brain trust, I have to have worked with you. in a capacity where I can see your skill level. So, and I also have to know that you've had this experience of bringing competency into incompetent spaces where you are then, you make changes, but then you are pushed out by a scared person or people who cannot fathom changing to be more radical so that we can be more serious about affecting the systems and not just the symptoms of these broken systems. The phone is going crazy because I reached out to some people already because I just like had this idea. And I think I was focusing on these contracts and these bigger jobs, and there is a chance I'm open to accepting that maybe I'm having trouble with all of the infrastructure and the bureaucracy of these city contracts that I'm looking at. And so I want to go back to what I know, which is people and community. But I also just feel really deeply inside that if I focus my energy on the areas that I know I am good at and the areas that I know I have solidarity with and the areas where my values are centered, primarily the value of actually making an impact, that will pay dividends. I don't know how, but that's kind of how we started New Coyote. Is I was just like, I'm going to put my principles first, and I'm going to do the most radical fucking shit, and I'm going to see if I can make a living at it. And so far, so good. So I'm calling on myself to be brave and move into a radical space and center what I know creates impact, and that's people. And there's a part of me, like deep in my gut, that is like, the money's going to work out. It's going to come. And that is a truly uncomfortable feeling for me because it's not one I've had a lot. But we cannot go on with this status quo bullshit, spending our good work on people who ultimately will refuse to stand with us and make the changes that are necessary for things to actually change. If you want a different outcome, you have to take a different action. And I am all in on change. All in on it. So, have a walk, have a weekend. Don't work for free. I will see you next week.